Welcome back to Super Recaps. Today I'll show you a movie called The Silence. Watch out for spoilers ahead. The film is set in Korea and follows the story of a Japanese girls-only boarding school. Because Korea was occupied by the Japanese at the period, many schools were supervised by the Japanese government, and everyone was required to have a Japanese name. The story starts with a young lady named Cha Ju-ran, who goes by the Japanese name Shizuko. Shizuko is a young woman who has inherited a disease from her biological mother. Her stepmother, fearful about the disease, enrolled her in a girl boarding school outside of town. Gyeongseong is the name of this girls' boarding school. When Shizuko came in a luxurious car, the other females were taken aback by this stunning new student. Every girl in this school has an illness. They can find recovery at this school. Shizuko was met by the principal when she first arrived. However, the counselor treated her badly a short time later. It's because she wants to keep her diary, which is against the regulations for students. Shizuko's journey continues in the boarding school. A woman named Yeon-deok, with the Japanese name Kazue, greeted her. Kazue treated her well, assisting her in adjusting to the boarding school. She also became friends with a girl named Kira after that. Kira informs Shizuko that if she performs well at the boarding school, she would receive more points and may be sent to Tokyo. However, Shizuko was not well received by all of the girls in the room. This girl is called Yuka. She despises Shizuko and often bullies her. Shizuko coughs up blood frequently due to her bad health. The principal then prescribes a medication injection for her. The principal promises that if she improves and becomes one of the top 2 students in the class, she would be sent to Tokyo. Shizuko is then introduced to Kira. Kira informed her that there had previously been another girl named Shizuko. The old Shizuko was best friends with Kazue and Yuka, but her health deteriorated and she returned home. Kazue then takes Shizuko to a hidden basement. Kazue then hands her a hidden diary that belonged to the Shizuko before her. The students had PE class the next day. They are performing the long jump turn by turn. Shizuko couldn't jump when it was her turn, and she coughed instead. After that, she received another injection. They are offered weird medications and snacks apart from the injections. Shizuko inquiries about the previous Shizuko during lunch. Kira unexpectedly acts oddly and attacks her. Kira nearly choked her to death before convulsing. Shizuko is then transported to the infirmary for treatment. Kira, on the other hand, steps in and talks to Shizuko as if nothing has happened. She has no recollection of what happened previously. Shizuko asks Kazue what's behind the forest beside the boarding school while drying her clothing. No one knows, according to Kazue, but she has heard there is an ocean. As a result, they're slipping out of school and into the forest to take a look. They come across a lake there. Shizuko then saw that her cough had stopped bleeding. They are ecstatic and play until they are drenched. Shizuko is relieved because she believes the treatment is working. Shizuko, who couldn't leap before, was able to jump well in PE class. Her entire group of friends applauds. She was ecstatic about her accomplishment. Shizuko discovers a bloody bird in her locker the next day while they're all getting ready. It turns out that Yuka was the perpetrator. Shizuko, who was overconfident, irritated her. Shizuko retaliates against Yuka's bullying by putting the bloody bird she discovered in her locker on her lunch. Shizuko is now alone in the room, reading Shizuko's prior diary. However, something falls. A hand appears from under the bed when she bends down to take it. She examines the area beneath the bed. When she sees a girl with slime all over her body, she is taken aback. Shizuko then leaves the scene. After that, they discovered that a girl had vanished, leaving all of her stuff. However, the principal claims that due to her health condition, the girl was picked up and taken home in the morning. Shizuko had a sneaking suspicion that the slimy girl she had seen before was the same one. She then informs Kazue of the situation. However, Kazue becomes enraged and claims that Shizuko was only hallucinating. Shizuko had another injection the next morning. Kira then phones Shizuko and points out something to her. She notices something unusual beneath the stairwell. It turns out that she is the girl she had seen in the bedroom before. She gets very scared and tries to flee. Kira, on the other hand, was choking herself. Shizuko seeks help and meets with the counselor out of dread. She, on the other hand, did not believe Shizuko. The principal tells her that she is too sensitive and Kira had just transferred to another school this morning. Shizuko tries long jumping during the day and discovers that she can clear the sandbox. Shizuko, who couldn't jump before, has tremendously improved. Is it a result of the medication she was given? Kazue is concerned about Shizuko's health and informs her that the previous Shizuko went through similar experiences before disappearing. The following day, the principal informs the Shizuko's class that she would be sent to Tokyo. Kazue, who aspires to visit Tokyo, becomes depressed and exits the classroom. Yuka suddenly strikes Shizuko, who is pursuing Kazue. She, on the other hand, attacks Yuka and chokes her to death. When Kazue notices this, after things have calmed down, Kazue approaches Shizuko and informs her of an unexpected fact. She had truly witnessed the previous Shizuko transform into a terrifying beast. Shizuko is then shown a secret path leading to the principal's office. While they try to search the room, the principal arrives with a Japanese soldier, but by the time principal enters the office, the girls have found a spot to hide and hear a conversation with the soldier. From here, they learn that all of the girls at this boarding school were used as guinea pigs by the Japanese army in their attempt to transform people into superhumans. After that, they also discovered paperwork detailing the studies, including the strange medications and injections given to the participants. They are startled to hear a scream coming from outside the boarding school. Yuka is hanging from a tree, attempting suicide. Everyone attempts to bring her down, but she leaps. Shizuko and Kazue take advantage of the circumstances and flee. They come across a Japanese military base after a long run. They try to hide, but they are discovered by a soldier. He slams them right away. They attempt to flee, but the soldier shoots Shizuko in the leg. Kazue then runs away after whispering something to Shizuko. Shizuko is returned to the boarding school by the military. The principal brings her to the laboratory right away. For subsequent experimentation, she is given a dangerous gas. However, Kazue has unexpectedly returned and steals a gun from the principal's office. She then tried to save Shizuko. She was surprised to see that all the missing students had been frozen into the tube all this time. While looking at them, she is abruptly attacked by a Japanese soldier and battered till she passes out. The action now shifts to the principal's office. The soldier is conversing with the school's principal. He informs her that her task has been completed. The Japanese army will immediately seize control of the school. That does not sit well with the principal, who threatens him. The Japanese soldiers, on the other hand, burst into the chamber right away. With the counselor, who then slaps her across the face. Kazue, on the other hand, was in the tube, pleading for assistance because the tube was about to be filled with water. Shizuko finally wakes up after a while. However, it is too late. Kazue was already submerged in a tube full of water. When she notices this, she goes out of control and starts attacking the Japanese soldiers as well as the principal. Shizuko killed the entire Japanese army on the spot. The counselor, on the other hand, is keeping an eye on the other students. All of the girls are sewing, she notices. She attempted to flee when she realized she was in danger. However, she is apprehended and ganged up on by all of the students. Shizuko caught the principal, who was looking for assistance. She inquires as to why the principal went to such lengths. The principal then fires a shot at her, but it hits Kazue's tube. When she sees Kazue, who has died, she attacks the principal and throws her around till she is stabbed in the heart. This is how the girls' boarding school experimenting on humans came to a horrible conclusion. Subscribe to the channel and turn on alerts to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching.